So Teresa Daytner knows what that's like. She's one of the entrepreneurs that you're honoring this year. Is she here? Teresa? Where are you? Way back there? Okay, you. I love Teresa's story. She struggled at first to get capital for her construction company, partly because she was providing for her 6 kids and caring for her aging parents. So eventually she ran out of options. She applied for a home equity loan. And this resonates with me, this story. She handed her husband the application, and she said to him, "Here, honey, sign this, but don't read it." Now, her company took off, bringing in more than $16 million in revenue so far this year. So we're very proud of what you've accomplished. But folks like Teresa, they shouldn't have to mortgage their family home to build their family business. And that's why we're working to help entrepreneurs like Teresa with new tax cuts and more loans. Yesterday, the White House Council on Women and Girls hosted a Women's Entrepreneurship Summit to seek solutions to some of the challenges that women face. And I'm pleased that the Small Business Administration, under the leadership of Karen Mills, has announced a new effort to level the playing field for women entrepreneurs in industries where they're underrepresented, from computer technology to telecommunications to scientific research. So, we're working to support our entrepreneurs. We're working to better train and educate our workers. But as we seek to harness the talents and skills of the American people, there's another factor that I believe is too often overlooked, and that's the structure of our workplaces. Whether our workplaces are mobile and flexible and accommodating enough to give people the opportunities they need to contribute and raise a family. And I want to talk to all of you about this, not as women, not as women business leaders, but simply as business leaders. Because while this issue may disproportionately affect women, I don't think it makes sense to label it as a woman's issue. Not just because plenty of men wish they had flexibility to be better fathers to their kids or better sons to their aging parents, but because we know that companies with flexible work arrangements can actually have lower turnover and absenteeism and higher productivity. So this is not just a woman's issue. It's not just a work-family balance issue. It's an economic competitiveness issue. That's why so many of your companies are already leading the way, embracing things like telecommuting and flex time and on-site childcare. And my administration is committed to supporting efforts like these, not just by investing in paid leave programs and childcare tax credits, but also by making the federal government a model for the policies that we're encouraging. We're creating mobile workplaces and flexible work schedules, and we're judging employees by the results they get, not the face time they log. Because this doesn't just provide a better experience for our employees, it helps us attract and retain the top talent and provide better service for the American people. In the end, that's really our goal here, to get all our people doing the very best work that they can. That's how we've always moved forward in this country, breaking down barriers, being inclusive, setting aside the outdated assumptions that keep us from appreciating what each of us has to offer. And obviously that work's not finished. I'm not naive about that. But I also know that thanks to decades of struggle and sacrifice, a lot of it quiet, a lot of it behind the scenes, many of the obstacles that my grandmother faced no longer exist. Today, women make up half of America's workforce. They are primary or co-breadwinners in 2/3 of our families. Their contributions are vital to the success of our economy. Today, girls like my daughters, young women like the ones at this dinner, have opportunities that my grandmother never dreamed of for herself. So I want to conclude by telling you a little bit about one of these young women. I believe she may be here, Markila Islar. Is Markila here? She's a senior at, well, stand up, wave. She's a senior at Ballou High School, Now, Markila has faced some pretty serious challenges in her life. Her father was killed in an act of violence before she was born. And in her essay, she wrote, "Life growing up in Southeast D.C. hasn't been easy." She says, "I recently lost count of how many friends and family members I had to say goodbye to before it seemed like it was time." But it turns out Markila loves math. And I hear you're pretty good at math. And she is determined to one day become either an engineer or an algebra teacher. And she concluded her essay by saying, "When I think about the disadvantages I have in my life, it motivates me to be successful. Because I understand that in life, she says, I understand that in life everyone has a purpose and a plan. And every day I see myself getting closer and closer to college and one day a career." So Markila, we are proud of you. We're proud of all the young women who are here in this room. And I want to make sure that our legacy to them is an America where they can fulfill every last bit of their promise and pursue every last one of their dreams and become powerful, accomplished women. And so many of you are setting such a great example for them. So thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.